Hey friends, welcome to ifscript.info. My name is Rizwan Khan, and in this video we are going to implement a really cool and amazing blog using ReactJS and hooks. And really sorry for the background noise. It's a daytime and also Sunday for me. That's why I'm shooting this video and hope you don't mind. So let me show you what we have in this blog, and I found this on the internet, so I thought of implement this a really good example working with the ReactJS. So here we have this blog. This is totally based on HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and that's another reason I want to implement this using ReactJS. So let's this is the home screen of the blog. So it's really looking cool with multiple posts and information about you. And this is the footer of the blog. So we'll see about the footer, but really we are going to implement this blog completely. And so let's see the core area of the blog. We have the recent post here. Let's open one of them and we'll see the core area of the blog. So this is the core area of the blog, and here we have a post. So as we are going to implement this blog using ReactJS, and this right now this blog is totally based on HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So means if working with ReactJS means we are going to deal with a lot of small and large components. So let's analyze elements of this blog first, and then we'll start working on the blog. Okay, so what we have here, we have a background as a gray color. Then we have a header. On the left side of the header we have options like home, about and contact us. On the right side of the blog, right side of the header, we have some social media links like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. And then we have the hero area of the blog with really clean and white background with just one logo, and that's it. That's the simplicity. And then again we have the navigation bar, like with more options, home feature. Obviously if you're going to implement a blog, then you have to add a lot of options based on your activity, what you are doing in your daily life. On the right side of the this navigation bar, we have a search option, and it's really cool. If you click on this, it comes out from the right side with little animation. So we are also going to work a lot with the CSS, and I also love to work with CSS. And then we have finally we have the post, like it's a featured post. Then we have the title of the blog, posted by someone, who posted the blog, then the image related to the blog, and then a lot of text. So obviously you're going to read if you're going to open this post. Then we have some social media icons. It's a 3D icons. We'll see about this 3D icon right now. I don't think we are going to implement it. And then again we have a lot of comments, so there people can make comments if they like the post or dislike the post, whatever it is. And on the right side of the blog, we have like personal information like about us, our social media links, and then the recent post we have posted, and then subscribe. So it's like the cards. There you can keep on adding cards with some different information if you want. So that's where reusability works in React. So this is what we have, and this is home screen again with a lot of this is the kind of like your latest 5 or 4 posts you want to show as a sum of or as a gallery. Then again we have the multiple posts. We already discussed about it. So let's start let's start implementing without further discussing about this blog. So if you're working with the Windows, open the command prompt, and if you're working with the Linux, open the terminal, the Mac also the terminal. So Windows user just press Windows R and CMD. So this is the command prompt. We're going to work in this command prompt to download the ReactJS and all those things. So the prerequisite is for this project is you make sure Node.js is installed in your system, and to confirm it is installed or not, just type node -- version. So if it shows the version, like in my case it's 10.16.3, it means node is installed in my system. I also confirm npm is installed in your system. So you will see the npm version, and it's 6.9. It means npm is also installed in your system. So it means if you install node, then npm will automatically be installed in your system, so you don't need to worry about the npm, but you need to make sure node is installed. And if you want to know more about node, I have a playlist of React.js. There I explain everything about the React, Node and all. So you can go through the playlist. Link is available in the description of this video. Now let's clear the screen. Sorry, it's a CLS. Right now I am in my user directory. You can see my name Han. So I'm going to navigate to my desktop, cd desktop, and now I'm in my desktop and I do dir to list everything available in your desktop. So these are the things available in my desktop, and here also I'm going to create my this blog project. So do CLS. Now to install React.js, we have to use a command line tool, create React app. So create -react-app and name of the project. So I'm going to create a blog project, so blog. But before this create React app, you also have to use npx, that is a package runner tool. So create React app is a package and npx is a package runner tool. It also comes with the Node.js, so don't worry about that npx, just install Node.js, that's it, you'll get everything. And also make sure Node.js is available in your global environment to make this thing work. So npx is a package manager, npx is a package runner tool, and create React app is a package, and then blog is a project name. So let's hit enter and it will start downloading the project. Finally it is installed successfully and waiting for the terminal stops. Now it's done. So you can see after the installation you'll have some guidelines from the React itself, what you have to do. Like for start the development server, you have to type npm start. To run the build, you have to type npm run build. Build generally we use to upload in the development server. Then again we have npm test to perform some tests, npm run eject to eject the project, means reveal all the internal files. We are not going to discuss a lot of all these details because our purpose is to implement the blog project. And if you want to go in details of everything, I have a React.js playlist video series. Link is available in the description. Subscribe to the channel to get the notification latest updates from me, and then you can enjoy the videos. So now let me what it is saying, go navigate to the project, cd project name is blog, and then type npm start to run the project. So it will run the React script, and it will also run the development server on some port, and then load the project in the browser automatically. You just have to be patient. So here it is, it's running on the local host port 3000. Once it is loaded, then it will, you don't need to worry about that. Whenever you will make a change or anything, it will be reloaded automatically. So here our React project is loaded and it is saying something. Go to edit source app.js and edit something simply in app.js file. So we'll see about it, but let's first open the project. So back to the command prompt, and here this is our development server running. So I don't want to disturb this command prompt. Let it be run for until the project gets developed. Then open another command prompt, just the same thing, and navigate to the desktop and then blog. Now I'm in the blog directory and this is our project. You can do the dir to list the files and folders. Now here I want to recommend all of you to use a special text editor called VS Code, because VS Code is especially designed for the JavaScript developers. You can get a lot of plugins and you can get a lot of hints while you're coding. So that's why everyone recommends VS Code for the project like React.js, Angular, or any project. You can use VS Code. That's a really great text editor. Now here, if VS Code is already installed in your system, then you can do one thing here. You simply type code dot, and if it is not installed, you can manually open the VS Code and open the project. So code dot, and just wait for a moment and it will open the VS Code with the project. Now here we have our VS Code with the blog project. As you can see, this is our blog project, and here we have files, folders. So this is a project directory structure. Let's remove this welcome screen. And so let me tell you a little bit about the folders what we have here. So we have here 3 folders and 4 files. And let's see first package.json file. So here in this file we have our dependencies and scripts. So you can see in the dependencies we have React package, React DOM package, and React scripts. So all are required to run the project. And then here we have the scripts. We just typed npm start. So when we do npm start, it runs this command react script start. So it will start the React script and load your application in the browser on some port. So likewise we have build and test to perform the test, and eject to eject the project, means to reveal all the internal files. We'll see, you can see all of these things in my React.js playlist. I'm telling you again and again if you are interested in the details, but here we are going to implement the project. So then again we have package-log.json file. So this is related to your npm. If you are using npm, then you will see package-log.json file, which represents the node modules hierarchy tree. If you are using yarn to install the node modules, then you will see yarn-log.json file. Again we have a get ignore file to ignore some files which we don't want to put on the repository or on the server while deploying this project. Then again we have source folder. So this is the important folder, and all the time we are going to interact with this folder, so we'll see about it. And we have a public folder. So here we have our main file. So this is the only file loads in the browser, that's the index.html file. So this is our index.html file, and we are not going to constantly. So this is our index.html file. Here we are not going to interact much with this file, only sometimes with the head tags. If you want to put some fonts, or if you want to add some Google fonts, then you can put in the head section. And we are really not going to touch this body part. Here we have this ID, this div tag, which has an ID root. So in this div tag, we loads our project, we loads our different pages, blog posts. So in this tag only. So we are actually not going to interact with this. So let's close this, and then again we have manifest.json file. So this is for like progressive web apps. So if we are going to deal with progressive web apps, then we'll interact with this. Right now this is not the requirement. So let's close this and back to our src folder. So here we have our entry file. So this is our entry point for the whole React application, index.js. And here we are importing some libraries like React DOM to make this project run. And this is app, this is our root component. So this is our root component of the whole application, and we are rendering this component in the browser by using the method render. And this is our app component. And as I told you, like we have the index.html file, and here we have the ID root. So you see here we are using the document.getElement by ID, and then we are selecting the root ID, and we are loading our root component, that is the app component. Hope you're getting my point. So that's it, that's all we have. And let's start working with our first root component. So this is what we have, and this is what we are showing here. So now let's remove this and replace with my name. Save it, and you will see the effect in the browser. We have a Rizwan Khan, right? Back to the normal. Now friends, again I'm going to continue my code. In the morning, that time so much noise, so I have stopped my video, and now I'm going to continue again. This is much better than the morning. So here what we have, we have a root component, and we have written our name, Rizwan Khan, and we have loaded this root component in the browser, and you can see on the screen it's working fine, right? So let's continue with the rest of the code. So we are going to implement a blog. For blog, we need to have a multiple pages, right? For one blog, for one post, there would be one page. Every blog will have a different page. So that's in case of blog, we need to create a user-friendly or search engine-friendly URL. So we have to install a React package called React DOM router. For that, let's back to your command prompt. So here we are going to install a package called React Router DOM. So just install it by typing this command npm install --save react-router react router hyphen DOM. So package name is react router DOM. Now hit enter and it will install the package. So installation begin. Now let it be installed, and back to the code editor. What we have, let's remove this logo SVG, we don't need here. Save it, and let's create our folder structure, our project architecture first. So this is our source folder, and inside, so let's open your src directory. This is the source code folder, and here I'm going to create two folders. One is container and another one is the components. In container we are going to keep our files, page level files, and in components we are going to keep our components like reusable components. So let's create the folder first, containers, then again we are going to create a folder called components to keep the components, individual parts of the page, like that. So components, and then now we have the containers, we have components, and in the let's let it be right now. Here we have app.js, and we also have app.css, so we'll use it. App.css, back to this, and let's remove everything from here. Save, and just see our React Router DOM installation is also completed. Now I'm also going to add a font family. So for that I'm going to use Google Fonts, fonts.google.com, and just type here a font name Oswald. So here this is a font, just click on this plus button and it will give you a link of the font family. Just go to the customize section, and it's a regular 400, also add the light 300 and also the medium 500, and that's it. Back to the embed and copy the link. So this is your kind of CSS file. Back to your code editor and open your public folder. Then we have index.html, and as I told you in the very beginning, like we are only going to keep our files inside the head section. We are not going to touch our body section. So here I'm going to keep my font family file. So this is a link, it's a simple HTML link, and let's remove the React app title and type here personal blog. Save it, and now back to the CSS file. It's clear all. Now app.js file, clear all. So back to the browser, and you see we still have the effect is not there, right? I just removed my all CSS code. Here it's completely clean. Save, let's reload it, and you will see, yeah, it's working fine. I don't know why I didn't reload it, but it should work automatically. Hot reloaded is there in React, so it's fine. So back to the browser and app.js, and remove your code. This one Khan, and now let's create some page level files. So inside the containers I'm going to create a folder called home, and inside the home I'm going to create two files. One is index.js and one more file called style.css. So we have a container. Inside the container we have a home page. Then also I'm going to create a folder, let's say about us, or maybe the contact us, whatever it is. See the contact us, and inside this let's create a file index.js, and again create file style.css. So we have right now home page and then contact us page. Okay, now let's work with these two files in app.js. Now in your app.css file we have a background, right? So I'm going to keep that background color as a global. So let's add a background color, and this is the background. This is a kind of gray color. Okay, now save it, back to the browser, and you'll see the change. Okay, we have the background color, it's loaded on a 3000 port. Now also that's enough for the now, and also you can add a font family, font-family. So our font family we have just here we have our font family. Let's copy this and copy in the body label, so all font family will be the same, right? Save it back to the browser and it's fine. Now here app.js file we have, and let's add something. For example, what we are going to add, we will have a home page first, so let's work on the first home page. So now go to your home index.js file, and here we are going to create a component, import react from react, and then import style.css and const home props return export default home, save it. Now go to your app.js file and get the home. So you can see if you type home, the specialty of this text editor is it will give you the hint like what files or what components you want to import. So if you, before completing the component name, if you hit enter, then it will automatically import the file that is here. So it's a home components imported from the containers folder, right? So now save it back to the browser and you will see we have the home here. Now again, let's work on this your home, and also we need to create a header first. So back to the app.js file, and so here we have a class app, right? And we also want to create a responsive blog. So let's first style your root component. So let's use our app class. So app.css and that app. And I'm using the percentage, so it will be very helpful to create a responsive web page. And let's create let's acquire the width 90%, so it will take the 90% of the whole screen. And I also want to be the things will always be in the center, right, like we have already seen in the original blog. So I'm using 0 auto, and I'm back to the browser, and now it is in center. Width is 90%, and for the proof you can see here border 1 pixel solid #3. So if you see, we have our like 90% width, and it is also centered. Now let's remove this, we don't need, or you can keep it for the reference for your help, then later you can remove it. Now here we have index.js file, and then let's first create the header. That is a reusable component, so let's create a header, and inside the header also create a file index.js and also a file style.css. So, and I also want all of you to install a React plugin. So again we don't need to type import React then the functional component. You just go here if you're using VS Code, and here you type React -snippets, React snippets. And you can see there are a lot of React snippets. You can install any one of them and then you can use. So most of them are almost same. And what help you'll get here. So let's back to your header component, and this is our index file, right? So here you have to type RFC. You'll get the hint, right? When you type RFC or whatever. So RFC or RNFC, RNF means React Native or RFC means React, right? So let's RFC, hit enter, and see you have a lot good and you see what we have our component already. So let's do it once again, RFC, hit enter, and give a name to your component. So I'm going to create a header component. So what we have, this is a header, and then here we have a header, and then here. So this done our job. Now back to your home page index.js and import the header component. Refresh, and you see we have a header. So let's let's first design our header component. Now here we have let's rename also this. And here we'll add something like UL, or maybe the nav, simply nav, like let's use the nav, and then what we are going to have, anchor tag, then href. We are also not going to use anchor tag, just I'm writing for now. We'll also replace this anchor tag with something nav. Then we have anchor tag like home, about us, contact us, and that's it. Back to the browser, and you see we have home, about us, contact us. So why it is in one line? It's like anchor tag is already an inline element, so if you have writing anchor tag one by one, then it is going to be in line by line. So this is the output of that anchor tag, home, about us, and contact us. Let's specify the class name for this header. So class name is going to be header, and then again a class name for the like header menu. So I'm using camel case syntax, header menu. Then again we are going to have one more div tag, and here we are going to keep our social media icons, social media links. Save it, back to the browser, and we see we have home, about us, contact us, social media links. So let's style this header first, style.css. And so now let's add the style header first, and then apply the display. Display is going to be flex, and justify content. Let's just wait for a moment, display flex, and back to the browser, and it's no effect. The reason is simple, and you go to the index.js, and here we have to also import our CSS file, style.css. Save. Now back to the browser, and you see it's in just side by side. Now add more CSS property like justify content, going to be space between, so it will be just apart from each other. So here we have home, about us, contact us, then social media links. Now also make work on this. Here we have the links, right? So use the header menu, menu, and here we are going to apply the links like display inline block, so we can apply the block level CSS feature here. And let's give a margin from left right 10 pixel, from top and bottom 0. Here we see I have added from left right 0, sorry, from top and bottom, the first argument from top and bottom 0, and from left right 10 pixel. So here we have like, and also at the parent level like header menu, apply the CSS header menu, and say here margin from top and bottom 15 pixel, and from left right 0. So here we have, it's too much I think, so let's remove that. And here we have, now style your anchor tag first. Let's say text hyphen decoration none, color is going to be okay. I have also extracted some details like header menu, color is going to be this one. Copy back to the code editor, and we'll see. So this is the color for the menu, and save it, back to the browser, and here we have. And also the font hyphen size is going to be 12 pixel, and letter spacing 1.2 pixel, so space between the alphabets. Okay, so here we have home, about us, contact us, right? And also when someone hover header menu a colon, if you hover over the anchor tag, then color is going to be changed. That color would be, on hover the color would be this one. I don't know the name of this color exactly, but it's a kind of design. save, back to the browser and hover. So this will look like this. Okay, let me zoom it so you can see it properly. Okay, cool. Now reset it. So our header is done. We have the social media icons on the left side, on the right side. So just back to the header and let's correct something. And here we have the class header and here we have header menu. So instead of applying margin in the header menu, let's apply on the header. So it would be great. I think it would be better for both sides. Like on the right side you can see there is no margin is applied. So back to the style.css and let's apply the margin in the header. Cut, paste, and here don't need to keep the margin. And you see it's both are centered. Cool, and that's good. So our header is ready, and so I'm also thinking one more, like it's our home page, right? And it could be a different page, about us or contact us, and there is a chance I don't want to keep my header. So I'm going to remove my header from here, from this container, and remove also from here. Back to the app.js, this header is going to be in all the pages, right? So in this home, I would say here, add my header. And this is again from the components, and back to the browser, and you'll see the same thing, no effect. Everything is same and it's a totally reusable, or like I want this header in all the pages. So that's why I'm keeping it. So we are done with our header. Now let's create the hero area of the blog. So let's go to the components, and here we have our components, and create a folder called hero, and inside the hero let's create a file index.js, and then again a file style.css. So again type rfc and hit enter, so you'll have your component. Let's give it a name, a hero, and let's also import the css file, import style.css. I haven't created, created already css file. So this is our css folder, this is index.js file. So this is our hero, and save it, and back to the app.js, and also import the hero. This is also going to be available in all the pages, whatever it's a home or it's a blog or whatever it is. So there we have a hero, right? So let's back to the component hero index.js, and here we have hero, and let's remove this text, and I want some style, right? So from the previous knowledge, if you see here, what we have, it's a white background, and there are a lot of things like that. Like this is again a white background, like a card. Again we have social networks, recent post, and also this post. If you see this big post is also a kind of white card, or a little bit of different. So I am assuming that's a different. That's for the thing. We can use some higher level component. So you are also going to see the concept of higher level component. So let's create components for the styling UI components. Let's create a folder UI, and also create a folder inside the UI, let's say card, and inside the card create a file index.js, and also a file style.css. Now here index.js, again type rfc, hit enter. So guys, if you are having any doubt, you're unable to install your snippets, shortcut snippets, just do the comment and let me know, and I will help you. Just be patient and trust. So here let's give it a name, card. So our card is done. Here we have the card, and let's also import the css file, import style.css. Okay, style.css, and then we have our card here. Back to the browser, and in your card, what we are going to do, if you remove this text, and this is our card, give it a name, class name card, and I want to use this card, right? So if you type anything here, and in your app.js file, this is your hero, and if you go to the hero component, index.js, let's import our card first. So if you see, you have the hint, hit enter, and the card is imported over here. Close it, back to the browser, and you see what we have the card component right here. So let's make it something, instead of getting data from the card itself, we will pass our own data, card, and we'll say here Rizwan Khan, save it. And if you go to the index.js card, you have to use the props.children. So the Rizwan Khan I have just written, right? That's the part of the children, props.children, you see, and we have the Rizwan Khan. So we can pass anything, we can say my name is Rizwan Khan. Okay, back to the browser, and you'll see my name is Rizwan Khan. So here we have this is a reusable, this is a higher level component, right? And also reusable component. So let's code your card first, and then go card, copy, back to the style.css card, and let's type here something like background color is going to be white, and background color white, and you want anything else? That's it. So here background color white, and that's it. I think the card is just plain and simple without any border radius and all. So here we have our card with a white background. So Rizwan Khan is done here, and let's back to the card and apply also some margin from the top and bottom. Let's say 50 pixel, and or not margin but padding is gonna work, because I'm going to apply internal space, not from the outside. So padding, and from top and bottom 50 pixel, from left right 0. So here we have a 50 pixel margin from the top and bottom. And also let's use a font family for your let's create a logo component. We are going to display logo inside the hero. So let's remove this and also create a logo component inside the components folder, logo, and then again create a file index.js, and then again a file style.css, index.js, type rfc, and then you'll have your component. It's a logo component. Save it. So I'm not going to use any image, or I'm not going to borrow the image from the actual blog. So here I'm going to just write my name. That would be great, I think, Rizwan Khan, and give it a class like logo href equals to hash, and that's all. Logo is going to be import. Let's code this logo first, style this logo, and let's also import the css for design logo class. Import style.css, save, and also use a different kind of font for the logo, and I don't so the font family name is dancing script. So this is our dancing script available here. Click on this plus, and you see right now I have two font family. One is dancing script, then pipe operator, and then another font that is Oswald. Go to the customize, and what we have here, so that's the default we have. Also at the medium 500. That's cool. Okay, let's again copy this link and paste in the index.html file. Okay, now we have a different font, dancing script, for our logo. That's just to make it different, looks different from other fonts. And the font family is itself. Copy back to the text editor, and this is our where is our logo component? Index.js. Then we have style.css. So the logo A, and font family is this one, dancing cursive. Font size is going to be 30 pixel or maybe the 40 pixel. Save back to the browser, and you see nothing is here. Index.logo, so name is there. And also let's import this logo first just to see the output. So we are going to import this logo in our hero component. So our hero component is available here in the component index.js, and this is hero. Save it back to the browser, and we'll see the difference. No, it's a mistake. So here, yeah, it's hero, not hero itself. We cannot implement. It's a logo. Save. Now back to the browser and stop it. It's hanging. It's finally working. So here the logo is not defined, and obviously it is not defined. And here I'm gonna say logo, and now it's available. Save, and back to the browser and let it get saved first. And it's now my keyword VS Code is hanging. Oh no man. Yep, it's working. So here we have our logo component. That's nothing but my name. Back to the VS Code and back to your logo component, and let's style it a little bit. Text hyphen decoration, I'm gonna say none, and give a color. Let's say has 333. It's like a blackish. Now let's make it to be in center. So this is our logo div. It's a block level element, and here I can say, if you go and see it's a logo, and inside this we have some text. So I'm gonna say text hyphen align center. Save it back to the browser, and now we have this text in center. Okay, now it's a logo. Let's also increase the font size. If I look at more big. Okay, cool. And also if you want to increase the padding inside the card, just go back to your card, and here we have card. If you see the style of card, so here we have added a padding of 50 pixel. That's totally wrong. Don't add padding inside the card, because this is a reusable component. I don't want 50 pixel padding all the time whenever I'm using the card. So let's apply this 50 pixel padding inside the logo. So here we have index.js, and this is the logo. And or inside, like if you want to reuse your logo, then again you don't want to apply the 50 pixel padding. There is a chance you want to reuse it, right? So let's apply inside the hero. This logo is inside the hero. Find the hero component, and here is our hero, and here you can see the style, or you can just avoid you can say here a div, and apply the inline style. So this is the way we can add the style. This is a JavaScript object, and here I'm gonna say a margin from not margin but padding. From top and bottom it is going to be 50 pixel. From left right it is 0, and put your logo component inside this. This is a kind of temporary solution for the now. Save and back to the browser. It's again working, right? So we haven't applied a hard-coded 50 pixel in the card. That's why we don't want to use it, right? And let's see other things. So this is our logo right now. It's fine. Also I want to create one more navigation. So this is a header, and after the hero area we have a nav bar, right? So let's create the navbar also as a component. Inside the components folder, let's say navbar, and inside the navbar let's add a file index.js and also a file style.css. So this is index.js. Now use RFC to add it and give it a name, navbar. Save it and back to your hero, because the navbar is a part of the hero area. So back to your hero component. So here is our hero component and index.js, and this is our logo, and let's import the navbar here. So this, see, we all the time it's automatically importing whenever I'm using the hint from the VS Code, but if it is not working, then you have to add manually. Just type import navbar and that's it. So navbar set, and there we have our navbar, right? So it's there, and let's back to your navbar and style.css. Also add the CSS file, import style.css, save it, and navbar, use here class name navbar, and then again ul or li, whatever you want to use. Ul class name equals to you say menu, navbar menu, that's better. Navbar, that make it different from others. Navbar menu, and then again we are going to have li and then a tag. Say li is not required, but let's keep it for the moment. Here I'm gonna say home again, href equals to hash. Now back to the copy paste 3-4 times. Home, about us, you can put anything. I'm just putting here like posts, contact us. Let's remove the last one and save it. Back to the browser, and you see we have home, about us, post, contact us. Let's style it. I think in the background someone's marriage and they are celebrating it with a lot of joy, so don't worry about that. So it's a little bit of noise, I think it's okay, no problem. So here we have a like list, and let's save it and go to your style.css file and see here, let's use that class navbar, and in the navbar we have ul. Okay, that's the ul, and let's add a margin. Margin. UL has default margin and padding, so we are going to remove those. Margin 0 and padding also 0. Back to the browser, and you'll see we have the totally touched the edge of the container. Home, about us, post, contact. Let's remove the default style of li. So let's do navbar and then ul, then li, and I will say let's style none, and it's gone. Then again let's use navbar ul li anchor tag and say text type hyphen decoration none, display is going to be inline block, and it's not worked. Okay, anchor tag not, but save. In li we can say display inline block. So here we have inline blocked element, home, about us, post, contact us. Now apply the, make the anchor tag block level element, so we can apply the design. Okay, display block, and then I can say the margin. Let's see our extracted CSS from the original design. So we have a navbar menu, a font size and all. Let's copy this. Copy back to the VS Code and paste here. So it's a text, font size 20 pixel, text transform, capitalize, and then we have font weight. Font weight, let's say 400. and then we have the color. Now back to your browser, and you'll see we have home, about us, post, contact us. Also apply the spacing, margin for the anchor tag. So let's say margin, better to add padding. Padding, let's from top and bottom, 0, from left right 10 pixel. And you see we have home, about us, post, contact us. Also use UL, yeah, it's totally fine. If you want, you can give a margin. If you want to, I think it's fine, but so here we have, let's give it a margin like from top and bottom 10 pixel, but from left right is going to be 0. Okay, cool. And it's totally bad. See, we have a space and this is wrong. So let's remove the margin. Let's make the margin again 0, but padding. So from top and bottom 10 pixel, from left right it's 0. Now it's better. Okay, home, about us, post, and contact us. Okay, now our navbar is ready. Also I need to have a search icon on the right side of this navbar. So I can say also remove this. We are going to apply this padding, the parent label. So back to the browser and copy this navbar component, and then apply the padding. So padding is simply like padding from top and bottom 10 pixel, from left right 0, and it's too much. Where's the problem, man? UL, it's a padding 0, padding top and bottom 10 pixel, left right 0. Back to the browser. Now it's cool, it's fine. Now let's add the search option here. So I'm going to use a div tag, and here I'm going to say the search option. For that we need to have an input and also the search icon. So for that you can find the search icon, use the icon finder, iconfinder.com. So icon finder, and here you can have a lot of free icons available. So let's type search and search it. So just click on this free tab and then you'll get a lot of free icons. I think the first one is fine, also match with the color code. So open this in another tab, open image in new tab, and here you see this is the image, and here you see it's a 256 size. So it's a trick, just use 32 or whatever you want, 32, and you can see we have the 32. So this is 32 by 32, and let's save this, save image as, and also it's like desktop, go to your desktop and find the blog. Here it is, blog. Then we have src folder, then components and assets. So here create a folder, assets, and inside the assets create a folder like icons. Inside the icons save this search.png, not png, it's already default png, search, save. So back to your VS Code, and we are going to use that image here. So input and then image, and close this tag. Here type alt, and so it's a search, write search. In case of ReactJS, if you're using img tag, then you must need to add alt, otherwise you'll get a warning in the console. So here I'm gonna say src, and let's use the require function. It's from Node.js, and then type something like, you'll get a hint. So it's we are in the current directory. This is a current directory. Now we are going out of the current directory. Now again we want to go out of the current, recursively we are going back to the directory and then find the assets folder. Here we have assets, then icons, then search dot png. Save this. Now back to the browser and personal blog, and you see we have the search and icon. Again, go to the style.css file, and here you have navbar. So apply a display. Display is going to be flex, and also justify content is going to be space between. So it will be side by side. Here we have a side by side thing. Now we'll work on that search component again. So here we have, let's add a class search, and input type is going to be text, placeholder is going to be let's say search, and also this search will have a display flex. So you'll see the difference. Right now both are inline element, it is side by side, but after applying the flex in the search block, you will see the difference, the appearance, difference in the appearance. So display inline and then apply flex, and you see the difference. It's now perfectly matched with each other. So also like apply the padding, or the margin is also fine because we are already inside the card. So margin, and then give it a 10 pixel, and it didn't work. Search, class search, display flex, margin from top and bottom 0, from left right 10 pixel. Yeah, 10 pixel is applied. Cool. So back to the text editor, and we'll work on this animation part also, or maybe let's work on now. So here we have search